If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post a new Tom Brady video every day.
What's going on with Tom Brady?
Mike, let me ask a question about the post-June 1. But they can announce that they're making him a post-June 1, right? And he can go agree to terms with another team before June 1. Do I have that correct?
Well, they would have to trade him effective June 2, and there can be a loose understanding as to where he's going to be traded, just like the Matt Stafford trade from last year, announced or
but what if they cut
acknowledged
him?
Or they could cut him. They could cut him with a post-June 1 designation. They could do that, and then he could sign with another team. I just don't think I'd be stunned if they cut him. I feel like they get something for him. But yes, they could cut him now and process it after June 1 and only take the $8 million cap charge for him in 2022. That is a possibility. And again, if he wants it, how are you going to say no to that? How would you? What right do you have as the Buccaneers to squat on this guy and say, hey, you play for one team and one team only? If he doesn't want to play there anymore, if he's had enough of Bruce Arians. I mean, we've already seen those reports. Rich Hornberger, and that created a little bit of a dust storm a week and a half ago. And
it's my calling. It's my purpose. And all of a sudden, at my peak, I'm walking away. Damn straight, you better leave the light on, you know? He might be sleeping on the couch, so he may need a place to stay, literally. But you should definitely leave the light on, because I believe he's done when I see it.
Only the greatest quarterback, greatest player in NFL history. Said he retired. He said it. I don't know about you, Mike. I don't believe him. I think out of all the options,
I told you I did.
And Tom Brady.
I don't know about you. How many times have I told you he wasn't retired? Were you being sarcastic just now?
Yeah, look, Tom Brady, all the things on the table. Amazon's interested, somebody else interested, be our analyst, Dolphins interested, be our quarterback, be our part owner, and then retirement. I think retirement actually seems laughable now.
The smart thinking is there is something there, that Arians is more retired than working full time, and barnstorming in and scrapping portions of the game plan, and Brady resenting that. And so look, I just think something's going on there. And I reiterate my point, with all due respect to Bruce Arians, I don't trust him to be the best source of Tom Brady information as it relates to what Brady's going to do or what the Buccaneers will do if Brady wants to play again. I think he'll find a way to whatever team he wants to play for. And I think it's in the league's best interest to facilitate that too, if they have to twist some arms to make it happen. You don't want a situation where the guy wants to play and the Buccaneers are squatting on his rights because they can.
So if you're the Bucs, or anybody else for that matter, you're snooping around, hitting him with the "you up" text, trying to say, yo, man, you serious? You for real? Because they all know how Brady's wired. And again, I can't even blame him for being wishy-washy about this. This is unprecedented. Who's played this long, this well, and then willingly walked away? So there's no manual to this. There's no script to this. His body is fine. Right. His mind's still in it. His heart is still in it. Like I told you before the NFC Championship game, why wouldn't he be torn? Wouldn't you be torn? From before it happened, no, I didn't talk to him, but everything that's happened has supported what I said before it happened and since it happened. All of it's adding up to everything I said from day one, which was, remember before his last game, you told me that he knew. It's like, you remember we had one of our patented, passionate arguments. He was like, oh, he knows. Yeah. You don't play a whole season and not know. He has an indication of which way he's leaning, and he's going to retire. Is what you told me before the Rams lost. I said, nope, he doesn't know. Yeah. I said he's been locked in on this season. He doesn't know. There's no way he's certain. There's no way he's got one foot out the door and performing like this. Mm-hmm. He's not wired that way.
Well, and here's the thing, Mike. If I'm Tom Brady and I do decide I want to play, maybe he has made an agreement with Giselle, as you said, to wait until June, that he's not going to do any football stuff until then. But if I'm Tom Brady and I decide I want to play, like, I'm going to ask the Bucs, I want you to cut me, because there's going to be more choices now. There's going to be more time to learn the playbook, all those sorts of things. I would go in and ask that, and ask for that opportunity before all these teams feel their quarterback need. Now, June, you're talking about the 49ers probably going to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, so they will have space and they can add Tom Brady and all those sorts of things. So that makes sense if it happens later. But if I'm Tom Brady, like, I want to look at all my options. I want to consider Denver. I want to consider Indianapolis. I want to consider some other places that I might have a chance to win a championship. And those opportunities might not be there come June 2nd if they wait that long. So that's what I would do if I'm Tom Brady and I have any inkling whatsoever that I want to play. Go ask for your release, post June 1 release, and give you an opportunity at least to look around and to talk to some teams and find out what's out there.
There is the sloppy breaking of the news on that infamous Saturday. The retraction or deletion of the tweet from his own company that was congratulating him on a great career. And everybody on Team Brady, from Pops to Bruce Arians, saying, we haven't heard anything, he's not retired, only for somebody with his own production company, somebody who has incredible hype videos for a Week 7 game, to drop the most basic of Instagram announcements on Monday after the conference championship game. So like I said then, I'll say it again, it was rushed and sloppy for whatever reason. My inclination, my instinct being, he made a promise to his family that this was it. That's always been my inclination, that he was being pulled into retirement or pushed into retirement, if you prefer, and he never really wanted to. And nothing that's happened since has changed my mind.
Look, here's the reality. If Tom Brady wants to talk to teams now, he will. If he wants to talk to teams later, he will. If he wants to make it known, and the last team to complain about it can be the Buccaneers, because they tampered with him 2 years ago. They did in what Bruce Arians said at the Combine in 2020, and everybody kind of shrugged. Yeah, we're going to give Tom Brady a call. That's a tampering violation. I know the NFL only enforces the tampering rules when it wants to. That was a violation. And then when they signed Tom Brady, they really worked hard to push the narrative that they didn't contact him at all until the moment they were allowed to. That was bullcrap. They were talking to him. They were recruiting him. They wanted him, and that's fine. My point is, that just gives Tom Brady even more right to go out and talk to whoever he wants to talk to. And if he wants to go to the 49ers, I think it's very simple. 49ers move on from Garoppolo, trade or cut or whatever. Trey Lance is the quarterback until the moment that they work out a Tom Brady deal. And for the 49ers would be nuts to not take advantage this time around of an opportunity to let Tom Brady play for the team he grew up rooting for. They blew it 2 years ago. They blew it with Patrick Mahomes in 2017 because they thought they were going to get Kirk Cousins the next year. Then they trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Then Tom Brady wants to come in 2020 and they say, no thanks, we're good. Well, you're not good enough, not without Tom Brady. If he wants to come back and cap his career playing for the team he grew up rooting for, you say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let us know when you're going to be here and let us know what we need to do. And so that's why it's different. He doesn't need to be available. Anywhere he wants to go, they'll know, he'll know, and they'll work it out. And to the extent that Bruce Arians thinks he's going to be an impediment, I just think Bruce Arians is dead wrong.
Yeah, no doubt, Mike. I mean, Tom Brady's going to pull the strings here, and he should be allowed to do that. He brought Tampa Bay a Super Bowl title. He gave him their one title. He played there 2 years, had a great career in Tampa. Let him do whatever he wants to do as a goodbye gift to Tom Brady.
He scooped his own podcast. I'm sorry, it was a Tuesday.
He did.
The Monday night, remember we laughed when he scooped his own podcast. That Tuesday he came out with the Instagram post the next morning. It was all rushed. It was all hurried. He just celebrated his anniversary, happy anniversary. He was told it's time for you to go home and be a family man. The football player is still wired to play football. The football player has not adequately, as much as he's got going on in the rest of his life, has not adequately prepared for this reality. So everything that's happened since then supports the fact that he's still torn about whether or not he actually wants to walk away from the game. He may still take a sabbatical, but he's not retired until it's impossible for him to play, which is not for a few more years.
That's it for this video. I post a new Tom Brady video every day, so please like and subscribe. That way you'll always have a new Tom Brady video to watch every single day.